Backstage update on major change to Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa's feud. As WWE fans prepare for the highly anticipated showdown between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, rumors swirl about the potential direction of the feud and whether a physical title will be incorporated into the storyline. The two superstars are set to face off in a monumental tribal combat match on January 6th, marking a major moment in the ongoing saga of the Bloodline. This clash, which will be featured on Raw's Netflix premiere, has captured the attention of fans, and the stakes couldn't be higher. However, it's not just the match itself that's generating buzz. The possibility of a new championship title entering the feud has added an intriguing layer to the story. WrestleVotes, a reliable source for WWE Backstage news, provided some insight into this developing storyline during a recent live Q&A on Backstage Pass. According to their report, WWE Creative is seriously considering the addition of an actual physical championship belt to the Roman Reigns vs. Solo Sikoa rivalry. This revelation has sparked speculation about how the introduction of a new title could impact the future of the Bloodline and whether it will elevate the tension between these two powerhouse competitors. The idea of a new championship belt being tied to the tribal combat match is especially compelling because of the rich history and symbolism behind the concept of tribal chief. For years, Roman Reigns has held the prestigious title of the tribal chief within the Bloodline, symbolizing his dominance as the leader of the Samoan faction. His reign has been unchallenged for a long time, but with Solo Sikoa emerging as a strong contender, the question arises, will there be a tangible, physical representation of the title that has come to define Roman's reign? WrestleVotes made it clear that WWE Creative is well aware of the public's interest in this potential storyline development. Fans have been vocal about their excitement for a possible title being added to the program, and WWE seems to be responding to this demand. The physical artifact, which would likely be linked to the Bloodline's cultural and tribal heritage, could serve as a means to intensify the rivalry between Reigns and Sikoa, who have both proven to be formidable forces in the squared circle. If WWE does choose to go down this path, it could create a new dynamic in the storyline. A championship belt would not only raise the stakes of the match itself, but also have far-reaching implications for the Bloodline's future. For Roman Reigns, it could add another layer to his already dominant character, reinforcing his claim as the undisputed tribal chief. However, for Solo Sikoa, the opportunity to capture such a title would elevate him as a legitimate threat to Reigns' empire, propelling him further into the spotlight and possibly setting the stage for future championship aspirations. The incorporation of a physical title could also provide a much-needed reset for the Bloodline storyline, which has become increasingly complex over the past few years. With tensions rising within the faction and the uncertainties surrounding the future of the group, a new championship could signify a major shift in the narrative. It would further cement the importance of the Bloodline's leadership structure and the intense rivalry between its members. In terms of booking, the tribal combat match between Reigns and Sikoa is a perfect platform for WWE to introduce such a title. The match itself will already be highly emotional and personal, with both competitors fighting for the right to claim the mantle of tribal chief. A physical championship belt could provide an added incentive for victory, making the match even more thrilling for fans. Wrestling fans are known for their passion, and the inclusion of a new title would undoubtedly stir up plenty of debate and anticipation. The idea of a fresh, culturally significant championship being created for the Bloodline storyline could add an exciting new element to WWE's programming, especially as it builds toward the eventual climax of this long-running feud. As WWE continues to experiment with new ideas and stories, it will be interesting to see whether this potential championship belt becomes a reality and how it will shape the future of the Bloodline. In conclusion, the upcoming tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa promises to be one of the most important moments in WWE history. While fans eagerly await the outcome of this historic encounter, the potential addition of a new physical title adds another layer of excitement and intrigue. If WWE chooses to incorporate a championship into the feud, it could drastically change the trajectory of both Reigns and Sikoa's careers, making their clash on January 6th a pivotal moment in the evolution of the Bloodline saga. Roman Reigns vs. Solo Sikoa, the future of the bloodline and a potential new championship title. As WWE fans eagerly anticipate the upcoming tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa on January 6th, speculation continues to swirl about a potential new development in the feud. The idea of adding a physical title to the storyline has been a topic of serious discussion behind the scenes, and while it's still uncertain whether it will happen, WWE seems to be considering this major shift. WrestleVotes recently provided an update during a live Q&A on Backstage Pass, revealing that the addition of a physical championship belt to the feud between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa has been heavily discussed by WWE Creative. This has sparked fan excitement, as the incorporation of a new title would raise the stakes of the already intense rivalry between the two superstars. While it's unclear whether the title will debut at the Tribal Combat match or shortly thereafter, the idea is certainly on the table. If WWE does decide to introduce a championship into this feud, it would mark the second time a custom physical title has been created for the Bloodline storyline. The first, of course, was The Rock's iconic People's Championship, which played a pivotal role in his legendary feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin. The potential for a new, culturally significant title tied to the Bloodline's tribal heritage could add an exciting new layer to this ongoing saga. Roman Reigns has long been the centerpiece of the Bloodline, reigning as the dominant tribal chief. However, with Solo Sikoa emerging as a legitimate contender, the introduction of a physical title could further elevate the rivalry. It would provide both Reigns and Sikoa with a tangible goal to fight for, intensifying their battle for supremacy within the Bloodline and potentially altering the future of the faction. The potential introduction of a new championship is not the only intriguing aspect of this upcoming feud. Reports have surfaced that The Rock, known as the Final Boss, is scheduled to make an appearance on Raw's Netflix premiere. The Rock's involvement could have significant implications for the storyline, potentially adding a layer of history and legacy to the conflict between Reigns and Sikoa. Fans have long speculated about a possible confrontation between The Rock and Roman Reigns, and his appearance could bring that possibility closer to reality. With all these moving pieces, the tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa is shaping up to be a monumental event. If WWE chooses to introduce a physical title, it will add a new level of drama and intrigue to the feud, making it one of the most compelling storylines in recent memory. Fans will be watching closely to see how the match unfolds and whether a new championship will play a role in determining the future of the Bloodline. As WWE continues to build toward this epic showdown, the anticipation is growing. The addition of a custom title and The Rock's potential involvement could make January 6th an unforgettable moment in WWE history.